Over the past year, the Dallas Mavericks were able to make moves to bring in star caliber players in Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. These moves were big time, and Mark Cuban completely rolled the dice on these guys. Even so much that he basically traded the entire Dallas Mavericks 2018-2019 starting lineup in Dennis Smith Jr., DeAndre Jordan, Wesley Matthews, and Harrison Barnes. The Mavs just gave the keys to Luka and he accepted that challenge. He won Rookie of the Year, averaging 21.2 points and 7.8 rebounds and 6 assists on 42% field goal shooting, and he almost was an all-star. He's cementing himself as an all-star caliber player. Luka is the man in Dallas, and high expectations are being placed on him going into the upcoming season. He is fully expected to burst out and be that superstar Dallas has been needing since the glory days of Dirk Nowitzki. The Mavs traded for Kristaps, who has become a question mark. He has been out for some time rehabbing his torn ACL. He has found himself in the news with him fighting some guys outside of a club and also a rape allegation. These are not good outside signs for Kristaps, and he's expected to tune out all the noise and fill in the shoes of Dirk Nowitzki. He has been rehabbing and he is getting bigger and stronger, as well as working on his game. I believe that Kristaps is extremely motivated after the situation in New York. I believe he wants to prove to people that he is worthy of that 5-year contract he just received. Luka and Kristaps are the 1-2 punch of this team, and they are expected to be the sole reasons the Mavs make the playoffs. One guy that the Mavs signed that I'm expecting to completely just break out is DeLon Wright. Wright is only 27 years old and has been improving each season. He's slowly coming into his own as an NBA player. DeLon Wright was traded to Memphis last season and showed potential to be a lead guard on the offensive and defensive ends. He averaged 12.2 points and 5.4 rebounds, adding in 5.3 assists in 26 games with the Grizzlies. If Wright can be a reliable scorer and defensive player next to Luka, I can see this duo being an exciting backcourt. There are questions of how Wright can shoot it from 3 efficiently, and that will be one of his biggest tests next season. The Mavs brought back Seth Curry. They should have never let him walk a season ago, but nonetheless, Curry is back in the Dallas Mavericks uniform, and I am excited for that. He is going to be the key shooter that the Mavs need. I can honestly see Seth benefiting a lot from Luka Doncic half-court passes for threes and easily getting looks at the rim. There are 2 X factors of this team. One of those guys is Tim Hardaway Jr. The Mavs may look to offload Tim, but I feel he can be a key contributor in that 6-man role for the Mavericks. The other X factor is Jalen Brunson, who completely shocked me last season. Brunson can ball. He can step into a starting role or you could bring him off the bench if you need him. I don't think anyone except for Mavericks fans know that this guy is actually legit. The most impressive thing about him is that he does not back down from a challenge. After JJ Barea went down last season, Brunson stepped in and completely showcased who he is. Justin Jackson was brought in from the Kings last season in exchange for Harrison Barnes. Jackson needed a change of scenery from the Kings, I feel. And I believe that the Dallas Mavericks will maximize his potential. And I believe they have inserted him into the starting small forward slot for next season. My biggest question with the Mavs lineup is really their center position. Right now it seems they are going to roll with Dwight Powell in that slot. And although I'm not too mad, I feel that Powell and Maxi Kleber should be on the floor together because they are a good tandem together. The Mavericks are pushing for a playoff run, and I already know right off the bat Luka and Kristaps are going to play amazing. But their playoff hopes relies in the hands of their role players. Guys like JJ Barea, Jalen Brunson, Dwight Powell, Dorian Finney-Smith, Courtney Lee if he gets minutes. Justin Jackson, Seth Curry, these guys have to be consistent players to help take off the load of the two-star players. Will the Mavs make the playoffs? It is possible. There are players that have to step up and become a reliable third option. The Mavs can slip anywhere from the 6th to 8th seed in the West. There's a lot of players on this team that has something to prove, and if they do prove their worth, the Mavs may once again become one of the Western Conference biggest threats.